Good evening. I am attorney Vincent Davis, and this is The Secret: How to Fight CPS and Win. Our guest for this evening, unfortunately, a parent who's having a CPS issue in California, has somehow gone MIA, missing in action. So, what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to take questions from the audience and answer questions. So, if you have your questions, go ahead and post them into the chat on whatever platform you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook. We're streaming to, let's see, 8 different platforms this evening. And if you have a question, go ahead and post it. While we're waiting for Miss G to join us, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a couple videos, some of my favorite videos from the past. They're generally YouTube shorts, but let me play them here. Okay, the topic of minors testifying in CPS cases is always an important topic. These are the things that you must consider. Number one, is the minor competent? In order to testify in California, the minor has to reach a certain level of competency, usually in the ability to tell the truth and to discern truth from falsity or truth from, for example, daydreams or night dreams. Sometimes I've had minors testify that say, oh, they dreamt something, and that's maybe not going to allow them to be competent to testify in a trial or in a hearing. The other thing they have to do is they have to be able to understand the difference and the consequences in taking the oath, the promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You'd be surprised, a lot of minors don't understand that particular consequence. So call me if you have questions. As you know, I'm a lawyer licensed here in California. And we are experts in doing CPS cases. I got a call the other day from a potential client, and he wanted to know what I thought was the most important thing you have to know in winning your CPS case. You know, I thought about it and thought about it. There's so many things you have to know: the law, the procedure, the evidence, the strategy, the this, the that. I mean, there's so many things going on in your head about these cases. But I came down to one thing that I think is probably the most important thing, and that is evidence and the rules of evidence in your particular state. You have to know how to get evidence before the judge so that the judge could see your side of the case and rule in your favor. Call me if you have any further questions.
I was like, why am I the only one on the screen?
Good evening. Where's your partner in crime, Miss G?
I don't know. She texted me and said she was on the show already. I didn't know. There she is.
There she is.
He acts like he doesn't
No
see
partner
me.
in crime.
Miss G. You went off screen there.
Yeah.
You know, what am I supposed to do?
But because I'm doing an agreement and I send you a private message and you're not
And
answering.
I already responded.
Where?
You know, you see what I have to put up with, Cassandra?
Cassandra,
Yes.
I can't see.
It says okay.
Trent Dancy says, hey, from YouTube. Hey, Trent, don't forget, like and subscribe, baby. I need those likes and subscriptions. It helps with the algorithm. We have our favorite show fan, Miss Deidre Payne. Miss Payne, good evening. How are you? Trent says, laugh out loud. I'm not laughing, Trent. I need you to like and subscribe.
We're being serious here. This is serious.
Hey, Trent, you got to help me out. You know why? There are a few people who do these shows, and they're always bragging to me how they have more likes or more subscribers than me. So help me out. I had, we had a guest on the other night, an attorney from very good, Trent, very good, an attorney from New York. He has 330,000 followers on TikTok. That's incredible. I started thinking about that. That's unbelievable. I mean, it's huge. And I actually he posted a TikTok. He was kind enough to post a TikTok recommending me and my services, and I watched it. And he does have 330 some thousand followers. Amazing, amazing. Okay, so tonight before you guys came on, I went live right at 7 p.m. at the start of the show. I told everyone that our guest for tonight, a parent from California, is MIA, missing in action. So, and we confirmed with her a couple times. So, what we're going to do tonight is we're going to take some questions from the audience, from the viewing audience. So, if you have your questions, go ahead and, post them, and we'll try to answer the questions. While I'm waiting for questions, though, let me talk to Miss G, see how she's doing this evening.
Talk to Cassandra first.
Why?
Because
Okay, let me just remove her, and she's doing other things. Miss Cassandra, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good.
Okay.
Okay, I'm looking for a question.
Hey, you know what I want you to do, Miss Cassandra? I want you to get a background just like Miss G. Okay.
I have one for Cassandra.
Okay, we'll give it to her so she can start using it
I'll
on,
give it
on all of the streams.
to you, Cassandra. Okay,
on all of the streams. Okay.
I'll give it to her.
I happen to like Miss G's background. Did you do that yourself, Miss G, or did somebody do that for you?
Darren Guay.
Well, that's really good. I mean, it's good graphics. It says exactly. It captures the spirit. It's really good.
He's good. He's really good. Cassandra's good too. She's very talented. She's an artist, just like Darren. Very talented.
Are you really? I didn't know that, Cassandra.
Yes, I am.
Do her own. She's talented. Believe me.
What do you do? Oils, watercolors, sketches, acrylics. Oh, okay. Do you have any work that you've done that you sell or give away?
No, I haven't sold anything. I gave a lot away to family and friends. They put it in their houses, so it's not good enough for people to hang up in their houses. So I guess I should start selling it.
There's someone else that used to be a host on our show who was an artist, and she's a friend of Miss G's, and I think she actually sells her art. And to be honest with you, I was pretty impressed with it. I'm not an artist. I'm not an artist at all.
I can't draw. I tell you that much. That's weird. I can't draw, but I can paint. It's, I guess, different. So I can't draw out anything that I paint. I have to just paint.
Is it the right side of your brain or the left side that controls artistry?
I have no idea. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Yeah, whatever side of the brain it is, that part of my brain is dead. I can't draw. I can't draw a stick man.
I'm not going to even touch that one. It's so open for me to say so much, but I'm going to leave it alone.
That's appreciated, Miss G.
I know you're going to appreciate that. It was perfect timing to say what I really need to say. But that's
well.
Miss G's going to have us. Miss G's starting her own YouTube channel. She's a stand-up comedian and political commentator. So everyone, watch for that show.
No, there is no
watch for that show.
Yeah. Okay, there is none. None.
Hey, on a serious note, and people are starting to ask me now, Miss G. They're asking me on YouTube. They're asking me on Facebook. I got a couple texts the other day and one today. When is Miss G starting the prayer show? Is there an answer? Will it be in my lifetime? Will it be during my career as a lawyer here in California?
Yes, sir. It's going to be
what?
next week.
There's an old saying, Miss G, and it took me a long time to learn this one. A lot of people get ready, they get set, and they aim, and they aim, and they aim, and they never fire. One of the things that Nike became famous for was just do it. And their slogan or something used to be fire first, aim later. Think about that. Fire first, aim later. So, folks, if you're waiting for Miss G's prayer show, we have to wait for her to pull the trigger.
Look, I have to get used to it because I've done it privately. I've never done it publicly. Live. I've never done it live. I've done it privately, meaning it's
You know what that is?
They get,
You know what that is?
What?
That's the world's smallest violin. And it's playing a tune just for you. Cassandra, Miss G missed her calling. She should have been a lawyer.
Yeah, I know.
She has a comeback for everything. 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 Honestly, sometimes I'm in court and I'm gonna make an argument, and I say to myself, "Damn, I wish Miss G was here. Mm-hmm. She'd tell me what to say." Mm-hmm. She has a comeback from everything.
Mm-hmm. I sure do. I should have been a judge.
You know what Miss G told me one time, Cassandra? Who are you going to believe? Your lying eyes or me?
I said that.
Did you get that, Miss Cassandra? Did you get that?
Yeah.
Who are you going to believe? Your lying eyes or me?
I think I've heard her say that before.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you didn't, Cassandra. You didn't.
Look, Family 8 says you would make a good judge. Were you talking about me or Miss G?
Miss G, sweetheart. Miss G. Miss G, I know. Thank you, baby. Thank you. I love you. I love you. I love you. That's right, baby. Oh. Trent, you're so funny.
Okay, Goddess Kratos says best comparison I found in bankruptcy court in Fed, but this for state, but that makes it special administrative. Miss G today is Be Nice to Mr. Davis Day. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Who said that? Goddess said that? Wait, who said that? Oh my God, Family 8, come on, baby. Come. Okay, I'll be nice. Let's make that a holiday. A national holiday.
Hey, Trent asked me a question I get asked maybe a couple times a month. What is your court record, win and loss? Trent, I wish I could tell you that it was 99-1, but I'd be lying to you. And I'd be lying to you if I told you any number because I don't keep track. Unfortunately, because, wins and losses are different things to different people. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I was involved somewhat in a case in San Diego, and something happened. The judge made a ruling about an issue, and the client viewed that ruling as a loss, and I viewed it as a win. So even when you're on the same side, you and your clients have different ideas about wins and losses. So that's why it's really hard, especially in CPS cases, right? What if they make allegations against you, right, that the judge finds is true, but I get the kid placed back in your home? Is that a win or is that a loss? You follow what I'm saying? So it just depends. Okay. Deidre says, I ask a question above. I didn't see your question, Dee. Oh, is this it? Consistency is what you said you want, right? Yes, that's what I said I want. Okay. Okay, here's Lloyd. Lloyd from YouTube. Lloyd, make sure you like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Helps the algorithm. What is the most amount of social workers have you included in a single civil rights lawsuit? That's a good one. Maybe I'm going to guess maybe 5 or 6. That's a guess. Maybe a couple more, maybe 8. To be honest with you, I don't remember. Lloyd, one of the things I will tell you, and attorneys have different strategies on this. Some attorneys make causes of action and claims against many, many people, against the county and everything, and it's kind of a shotgun effect. Okay, and I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm a little bit more focused. I try to send 1 or 2 bullets, down the road, not BBs, 1,000 BBs. I try to send maybe 3 or 4 solid bullets that we can win on. Because when you get to trial, in the beginning, you think it matters, but when you get to trial, if you're left trying to prove 10 things instead of 3 things, that's going to affect the way the jury and the judge look at your case. Now, that's just my humble opinion based upon almost 30 years of experience. I'm sure if you ask different attorneys, they're going to give you different answers. Right now I'm on a legal team for a case in San Diego, and on the team there are 2 other attorneys, and they're with different law firms. So there's 3 attorneys on this team from different law firms, and we each have different experience. Now, the other 2 attorneys are very, very good attorneys. Very good attorneys. I think one of them may be a 15-year attorney. One of them may be a 12-year attorney. But I can tell they look at the case differently from the way I look at it. It's just, the amount of experience. I'm not smarter than them. As a matter of fact, those 2 attorneys are incredibly smart. But I just happen to, have a little bit more experience in making suggestions for our team. Okay. So it depends. It depends, Lloyd, really what you're trying to accomplish. If you're trying to win and get the most money, you may want to go for the narrow. Okay. If you're trying to make a point and trying to vindicate yourself, you might want to go for the spread, the shotgun, BBs everywhere. It just depends. But, make sure that if you're going to consult or hire a lawyer in the civil rights arena, try to make sure that you hire someone that has some experience in suing social workers and experience in, hopefully experience in the underlying CPS case, because it matters. When they start talking about different things in the CPS case, sometimes attorneys get lost if they don't have that experience. Cassandra, are you talking to someone?
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
No,
I had myself muted.
Who are you talking to? Why don't they join us on the show?
No, not right now. Maybe next time. One of these days.
All right. Is that your fiance?
Yes.
All right. Family 8 says, would you recommend an individual making a claim with the Civil Rights Division without an attorney? I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, if you can't do anything else, maybe you should try, but it's always best if you have a lawyer. Okay. Trent says, Mr. Davis, can you explain court for a newcomer? A newcomer, I felt like a baby bird in there. Trent, are you a lawyer?
No, he's just really smart.
Okay. Well, here's the problem. Trent, have you ever played a card game that you have no experience at? I'm going to give you an example. Have you ever played a poker game called Pineapple Hold'em? Now, people have heard of No Limit Hold'em, Limit Hold'em, things like that. But Pineapple, they consider it the Cadillac of poker. And it's a completely different strategy than your regular Hold'em or your regular poker games. So if you don't have experience and you sit down with $1 million and you lose your $1 million in that poker game, it's not because you're not a smart guy. It's not because you don't know how to play poker. You just don't know how to play pineapple Hold'em. Okay? Completely different strategy. So CPS cases are kind of the same way. You may be an experienced civil rights attorney. You may be an experienced criminal attorney, family law attorney, but don't think that you're going to do well in a CPS case. That's not necessarily true. Someone contacted me yesterday, and we finally connected today, who is an attorney, and from what I understand, a very good criminal attorney. But he did not know anything about CPS. And he told me he got certified by taking, the requisite amount of education courses, but he still doesn't have the experience. So that's always going to be a problem for him. Let's see. Trent, the best way to get experience is to do it. So if you're a lawyer, you should hook up with an experienced juvenile dependency lawyer and get experience. Okay? Hold on, folks. I'm getting a ton of private messages. Is that you, Miss Cassandra, sending me private messaging?
That's me and Cassandra sending each other private messages.
Okay, so none of those messages are for me because I won't look at them.
Please don't.
Okay. Let me go back to Cassandra's. Did you think we were lip readers, Cassandra?
I don't really care if you look at them. I was just, go for it.
Okay.
Better for me.
Goddess Kratos says, quasi-court that's administrative in function, civil in nature, and criminal in punishment. That's an interesting description, Goddess. There's a little bit of truth in that. Cassandra is back. Hello, Ariel. How are you?
Hi.
You see you watching on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. And yes, welcome back to Cassandra. Where have you been, Cassandra?
I've been a little busy.
Okay.
Needed a break, breather. Had to get some stuff situated.
Family 8 says, Mr. Davis, love it when you have an open discussion like this. You know what, Family 8, you're not the only person that's ever said that. We expected to have a guest tonight from California, a parent from California. She's MIA. And so I told the producer, I said, we'll still do the show. I had planned on doing the show live, and I had heard Cassandra's coming back, and Miss G wanted to go forward today. Miss G, is anything you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I have a couple of questions I need to ask you pertaining to cases. That's why I was looking at my phone earlier, and I was doing an agreement at the same time.
Okay. What are the questions? I guess those are burning questions that we have.
Well, this is a criminal question.
Okay.
It's not a CPS question.
Okay. First, before you ask the question, everyone, you see the screen, freecpsreport.com. Go to that website and get your free report on CPS, a report that I wrote. Go ahead, Ms. G.
The question is, if a minor, he just turned 18 yesterday, but a couple of days ago he was 17. Two detectives walked in went to his home, his mother's home, and questioned him about sexual molestation charges against him from his cousin, who is 14 years old. Now, he just turned 18 yesterday, like I said, but they came to question him without an attorney present and without, giving him the right to have an attorney, right?
What's the question?
The question is, can they, isn't that against the law?
No.
He's a minor and no adult.
He's 18.
Now he's 18, but when they came, he wasn't. He was 17.
Okay.
But how can they just come and question you without an attorney? Like, give you an option. Hey, you have the right to get an attorney. Like
Well,
what?
they don't have to give you that option right away. Like if he speaks before they even read him his rights because he's not getting arrested and he speaks before that, that's on him.
Okay.
Right,
Well,
Mr. Davis?
I tell people all the time, don't talk to police or social workers without your lawyer. Just don't do it. And so many people, I tell people this all the time, they still do it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's they get nervous. I don't know if they think they can outsmart the police or outsmart the social worker, which very rarely happens. Okay. Because they have so much experience in what they're doing. Okay. They try to win cases and they know how to do it. This is your first time on the merry-go-round. So, Miss Georgette Truen, I answered that question.
mhm.
Is there any follow-up you'd like?
No, he's watching the show.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
there could have been a problem. You see, they have to give you the Miranda warning, the right to have a lawyer, if they're detaining you or arresting you. If they say, we just want to talk, and you talk to them, and you say stuff that gets you arrested, as Miss Cassandra said, that's on you.
Yep.
Okay. Her mother wants to know if they haven't, if the social worker hasn't involved them yet to place the children in their home after they've done the home study and they fingerprint them and they passed. However, the social worker is not planning on putting the children in with the maternal grandmother. Today, they found out that the mother is losing her parental rights on Tuesday hearing. So basically, my question is, what can I do as a grandmother to stop this?
You're going to have to get a lawyer. You're going to have to file a 388 petition, a de facto motion based upon Charles S. Excuse me. And you're going to have to get a copy of all, the court record. And all of that may or may not work.
Because if the hearing is on Tuesday, I mean, that's kind of
It's not like they waited till the last minute or anything, huh, Miss G?
they did.
Yeah.
I had that lecture with her today.
That sounds like it happens quite a bit.
No, it happens more times than not. You see what it is? This is what it is. People think that governmental employees and agents like CPS social workers are going to do the right thing. The problem is the right thing is different to them than it is to you. See, everybody, like I told Miss G yesterday and the day before and the 10 years before that, quit looking at these cases through your eyes. Because what you think doesn't matter. Look at the case through the social worker's eyes. Look at the case through the judge's eyes. And you guys have heard my story about the $10 million you hid in the closet.
Can you hold on thought for a second? 1 second. The $10 million thought. Hey, Cassandra, I know you have an appointment to go to. Take pictures, send it to me. I love you. I'm excited for you. We'll talk later, okay?
Okay.
Are you going to let us in on the secret, Miss G?
No.
You can read the comments, but you can't say it out loud, Mr.
No,
Davis.
you cannot. That's up to Cassandra to say it. That's not up to us.
You going to get married or something?
No.
You are such a doofus. Are you kidding me right now? Cassandra, go do your thing, girl.
Okay.
Can you talk about your 10 million? Thank you.
No, go to your next question.
God.
Everybody, Georgette, Miss G is keeping secrets from us. Can you believe
Oh
that?
my God. Anyways, my next
I
question.
thought we were a family.
We are family, Davis. But it's not up to us to say it. It's up to her.
Whatever. Next question.
Okay, next question. Can I request my attorney to ask the court to get me housing? The social worker said that she will not be able to have the kids placed with me unless I find housing.
The answer is yes. If you're in California, it'd be Welfare and Institutions Code. I think it's 16,500, etc. It
You guys
defines
hear
what
that?
it defines what reunification services include, and arguably, reunification services would include helping you get housing.
Now, that's in California.
It's also, well, it was the law in Arizona several years ago, so I don't know. Reunification services are something that is defined not only by your state, but more importantly by the federal government and the federal regulations from the Department of Health and Human Services. So, are you going to give a narrow reading, or are you going to give an expansive reading about what reunification services are? In
Mhm.
my expansive view, reunification services are anything to help you get a child back. Now, I told you a story about a case that I did for a woman with 5 kids. And the county, in my case, um, decided to, as a settlement of a motion I made, to give my client an apartment.
Mhm.
They paid for her apartment, and they got donations to get her all of her stoves, her furniture, tables, beds, everything for her 5 kids. The truth of the matter was that her 5 kids were in, I think, 4 different foster homes, and the county was paying over $5,000 or $6,000 a month. And I basically told the judge, who was a very practical guy, um, why don't they just pay a couple $1,000s a month and give the kids back to her, help her get her own place? Makes sense, doesn't it?
It does make sense.
Yeah.
But her okay, well, just to touch on what you just said, her court-appointed attorney told her he cannot request this from the court, and it's actually LA County Court that I'm talking about.
Well, my case was in LA County.
Well, that's what the court-appointed piece of crap told her.
Well, in order to figure out that you should be asking or could ask, not guaranteed, but that you could ask for that, you got to be a pretty experienced lawyer in these matters, right? I mean, the court appointed attorney could be a very good attorney. We don't know. He or she just doesn't know that part of it,
Mhm.
right? So, um, okay, Deidre's upset with us. Have a good night, Mr. Davis. I'll try my question again on another night. Wish we could do live call in. Deidre, as I mentioned last night, we are going to be doing live call in. I'm going to start that. Hey, Grace, you listening to this? Let's start it tomorrow morning. Fire, aim later, Miss G. Grace, I'll talk to you about how we're going to do that tomorrow morning before the show begins at 9:30 a.m. Trent says, I feel like any person with children need to watch the show. Trent, I agree with you. Family 8 says, Mr. Davis, is it legal to clone you?
I
I
wish
don't know. I
I
don't know.
wish you would actually.
The only thing is the clone wouldn't have my experience, right?
No, what do you mean? The clone would have your experience.
Oh, it's just not a physical clone. It's an emotional, psychological
No,
clone.
everything. It's like physical, emotional, psychological, like like the
Miss G,
artificial
Miss
intelligence.
G, you don't even believe in Chat GBT. How are you going to believe in clones? Trent says, I feel like anyone who has children. Okay, we read that. Yes, maybe me, Davis, got chat bot. Okay, I'm not sure I follow that one.
For clone?
Hi, Mr. Davis and Miss G. Hey, Stacy, how are you? Watching on Facebook Live. You both make a great team. Mr. Davis is patient, and Miss G calls it right out like it is.
Thank you, Stacy.
Stacy, did you mean I'm patient with Miss G? Is that what you mean, Stacy? Okay, so I'm still seeing private messages.
I want to know who's sending it. It's probably Grace. It's not me. Oh, it's Cassandra. Oh, no, it's Grace. She said, okay.
Okay, Christina Laylock, watching on Facebook Live. Good evening, Mr. Davis and Miss G. Hey, Christina, how are you? If you have questions, post them in the comments. Our guest didn't show up tonight, so we're just, freestyling it, answering questions from the audience on the 8 different social media platforms we're streaming live to.
Oh, that is true.
Sometimes you're patient, Mr. Davis.
Sometimes.
Not all the time. Family 8. Okay, should we just block her from the show?
Oh, you better not. You better not. You better not. But I do have.
It's Friday night. It's 7:37 p.m. Since I've been on this show, 6 different people have called me on a Friday night. Ariel says, I have a new caseworker in the Guardian ad litem, wants to set up a time to meet the new caseworker. Should I have my attorney present?
Yes.
In my humble opinion, Ariel, yes.
Absolutely.
Will they not want your attorney present? They will not want your attorney present. Lloyd says, would winning your kids by disposition and also winning your jurisdictional appeal increase your odds of winning your civil rights lawsuit? Theoretically, Lloyd, it would. Although I have had the opposite experience where that actually happened and it did not help the civil rights lawsuit. It just depends on the facts and circumstances. Family 8 says, oh, Mr. Davis, I love y'all. Family 8, where are you from? Did you tell us you were from Virginia or somewhere in the South? Stacy says, I love when you have freestyle and no guests, but I want to be on with the 2 of you as a guest.
Yes, Stacy, contact me. If you don't have my cell number, call the office or, I don't know.
Email grace@vincentwdavis.com. Our producer will get you on as a guest.
That's right.
I think we may be looking for a guest Sunday morning at 9:30. I don't know if that's right, Grace, but if you are, please contact Stacy.
Please don't block me.
email Grace tonight, Stacy. Grace@vincentwdavis.com. Alexandria, watching on Facebook Live, what would be the best way to go about starting a petition in my state to present the idea of CPS workers wearing body cams?
Oh yeah, that one. I've been saying that for years. We've been signing. I've signed so many petitions about that. It has to be passed.
You should talk to some
your
type
state
of
legislator.
your state legislator, your state senator, if you guys have senators. But you might want to talk to an elections lawyer. There may be other ways to do it as well in your state. Like, for example, in California, we have the proposition system.
Yep.
If we organized California by county, by city, by community, we could get enough signatures to get it on the ballot and hopefully get everyone out to vote. Trent says, Mr. Davis, why is CPS so aggressive, and do you believe that they are 100% corrupt? And do you know of any case where CPS did the right thing? Okay. We're going to wake up Miss G right here. It's Trent. I'm going to give you the honest answer.
Oh my God. That is not an honest answer. Trent, do not listen to him on that one. Please don't.
I haven't given the answer yet.
I just know what you're gonna say. Even Jennifer Ani, when she was on the show several times, she agreed with me. It is not some. All of them are corrupt.
Mr. Davis, why is CPS so aggressive? They're aggressive, Trent, because they're trying to win a case. This is a lawsuit, and they're trying to win a lawsuit. And generally, people take aggressive stances when they're insecure about their position. Okay?
That's not true. No.
Trent, having been trained by Jerry Spence, I implement his strategies often. And one of the things that he said, and I just used this, was it this week we went to San Diego, Ms. G, or last week?
It was last week when we
Okay.
went to San Diego.
I had to go to San Diego for a deposition. And the witness may have been a little on the hostile side, maybe neutral. But if I came at her aggressively, she would have become defensive and not given me, the answers, the truth that I was looking for. All right. One of the things I learned from Spence was if you come at someone aggressively, their subconscious defenses will automatically go up. Now it's harder for you to get through to that person. And if you're not aggressive, their subconscious defenses will go down. And it'll be easier for you to connect and get what you need or you want from the opposition. I always tell people, if you can, be courteous. If you hate the social worker, keep it to yourself and keep it in your mind, because your goal is to get the child back by any legal, ethical means necessary. Now, once you have the child back and you want to sue them, you can do that. But let's get the child back. Second part of Trent's question is, and do you believe that there are 100% corrupt? Okay, the answer to that question is no. I do not believe they're 100% corrupt. It might be high 80s, low 90s, but they're not 100% corrupt. And says, do you know of any case where CPS did the right thing? Yes, I do. In over 30 years doing these cases, yes, I do. And sometimes they do the right thing because that's the right thing. Sometimes they do the right thing because they're forced to do it. But the odds are that you're working against, someone that's not going to do the right thing. Those, in my experience with people that call me, that's the experience I have. Okay. So Trent, that's what I think.
I just also, from experience with Davis, with other clients that I've been to hearings with Davis and them, like I said to you guys before, you can be your own worst enemy on your case. Like, I'm not joking. Like, you guys really need to write that down in bold writing, colorful, and put it in front of you.
I never told you this, Miss G.
To remember that. Yeah.
Miss G, I never told you this, but I'm going to tell you something that you don't know. One of the reasons why I like to have you come to court with me is because, a lot of times we'll go to court and something will happen and the client will call you later and say, blah, 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 right? Complaining. And I like you to come to court to see what actually happens with clients, with the judges, with the other attorneys. And I know now that you know that sometimes the client is their own worst enemy.
Most time, not sometimes.
I told Miss G this the other day in relation to something completely different. And I told my daughter this today regarding something completely different. My daughter's 29 years old. Okay. The key to success is the control of your emotions. The key to your success in these CPS cases is the control of your emotions.
Right.
You have one goal: to get your child back. After that, and you want to sue somebody, okay, we can talk about that. But right now we have one goal, and that's to get your child back. The name of this show is what? The Secret: How to Fight CPS and Win.
Correct.
Okay. You notice and this is intentional. What's the last word in the title? It's the last word for the title of my book. It's the last word in the title of a lot of my videos. Win. Win, baby, win. What did Al Davis, the owner, general manager of the Oakland Raiders, what was his theme? Win, baby, win. That's the only thing that really matters when we're talking about getting your children back. You want to vindicate yourself? Okay, let's sue them later, after you get your
Later.
children, after you get your children back.
But also, you know what I've noticed when I go to court with you with clients, some clients I can calm down. You know, they want comfort. They're like, Georgette, come with Mr. Davis, or I want to see you with Mr. Davis. I also calm them down, but there's some clients that's, oh my God. Oh my God.
And you would have never known that
I
unless you
would
had
never.
came to
Mm-mm,
court with me.
mm-mm. Never. Never, never, never.
And you know what I'm having a feeling that I should do is that you should go to court with some of the other attorneys in the office.
I want to. I want to go with Elizabeth. Elizabeth was on my show, and I got a lot of requests for her to be on my show again.
So, you know,
Mhm.
so you can see what these people, what happens. Elizabeth is a very experienced attorney. I don't know if she told you this, but I've known Elizabeth maybe 25 years, maybe longer.
She's a good attorney. She's a very good attorney.
You know how I knew her? She used to be a court appointed attorney, and I ended up having to go be on cases with her and against her over the years. That's how we know each other.
Wow.
I mean, we're not, personal friends. We don't socialize together. Our families don't get together, anything like that. But we know each other from court. And that's one of the reasons why she works with us, because she knows what she's doing.
She does. She really does.
And you know why?
Hmm.
Experience.
Yeah, but you're
Experience.
an expert on it. Yeah. I like to go with you because I learned so much. So much also.
Okay, but you got to experience other things.
Yeah.
Got to experience other things. Listen, people don't do things that I say all the time, especially other attorneys. Am I always right? No.
Wait,
I'm
did you say no?
no. I'm not always right. I'm human. Right? Every day I learn something new. I learn something new about the law, about clients, about opposition, the other attorneys on the case, about judges. I learn something new all the time. By the way, I want to tell you something. Speaking of judges, my former wife, former law partner, and former associate attorney, Stephanie M. Davis, was elevated to judge yesterday.
That's great.
So, congratulations to Stephanie M. Davis. Okay, Christina says, I could be better because the judge put my boys back in the home with their abuser, and my lawyer tells me that there is no reason to appeal the ruling. Okay, so you already know, Christina, that's may not be good advice. I don't know your case, but that doesn't sound like good advice. What do you suggest that I can do to change the judge's ruling? Appeal.
And
That's
you
the
can
only way.
reappeal too, right, Mr. Davis?
Yes, you have to appeal, or you have to do things so that like in California, you have to file a 388, but you got to make some changes. A lot of people tell me, Mr. Davis, I don't need parenting, I don't need drug counseling, I don't need to do drug testing. And then the judge orders it. Then you don't appeal it. That becomes the 10 commandments of your case. You have to do it. Could that ever be changed? Yeah, in rare circumstances. And if you have $30,000-$40,000 to spend trying to change it, there's an easy way and a hard way to do everything. And don't forget, every module of the case is different. Different laws, different procedures, different evidentiaries, different burdens. It's different. You call me up in module 5 and all you want to do is talk about module 1. That's a waste of time. And people don't understand that. They, if I cut them off, they think, "Oh, you don't care about me, Mr. Davis. You don't want to hear my sad story." If you're in Module 5, what happened in Module 1 does not make any difference. Now, if you're in Module 1 or Module 2, and you call me up during that period of time, let's talk about it. Let's get to know that. But people are in Module 5 about to lose their parental rights, and they want to talk about Module 1 because they want to sue. They want to sue somebody.
And they want to be vindicated.
Right. But that is the wrong strategy. You got to focus on getting your kids back first.
And everybody, sorry, Davis.
No, go ahead.
Everybody seems to think that they have a good, like their case is such a winning case. It's amazing cases. It's a wonderful case. Mr. Davis, you would never tell Mr. Davis he's never seen anything like it. But guess what? You could be 100% wrong, or you can be 100% right. Because sometimes what you think is facts and evidence, it's not going to help you.
Yeah.
And Attorney Davis cannot just take on any lawsuit. And then don't expect him to review 65,000 pages. That's what I was told today. 65,000 pages, a 3-year-old CPS case.
I recently had someone get mad at me when I told them, they said, "Would you look over a couple documents?" A couple of documents for me. And I said, "Well, how many pages are you talking about?" And they said, about 2,000. I said, "How long do you think it would take me to review 2,000 cases, 2,000 pages?" Never really thought about that, Mr. Davis. Would you be upset if I said I would have to charge you a little something to take the time out to review your 2,000 pages? And then I get called all kind of names.
Or they hang up, or they, you know what's so sad, you guys? There's attorneys that will not take an old CPS case. Mr. Davis would, and he will find a strategy to get what you want to fight for. However, like I said, you are your own worst enemy.
Ariel says, "Okay, I asked my attorney. She replied via email and said that she would do over the phone, but the guardian ad litem, I lied him and caseworker meeting with us that we shouldn't necessarily have my attorney present. That's why I'm asking." Okay, Ariel, I'm a little confused on that one.
It doesn't make, Ariel, honey, it doesn't make sense, baby girl.
Sorry.
Ariel, you have my cell number. Just text it to me. I know you do. Just text me your question and I'll read it for Mr. Davis right now. I promise.
Hey, Miss G, I am so sorry, but we're way over time.
But there's a point here that I want to and make an appointment with Mr. Davis. Okay. You just want to stick it to me somehow, Mr. Davis.
No. We're getting a lot of comments, a lot more than we usually have.
There's a question here somewhere. Oh, well. Ariel did not she did not text me the question yet.
Well, maybe we can continue this tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. when our show comes on live, and maybe we can take some calls from the audience live. Ms. G, are you going to be able to join us? You have family obligations.
I will join you.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Okay. Well, everyone, thank you for watching tonight. Continue to be strong. Let's all pray for the day that Miss G starts her prayer show. And Miss G, I will see you tomorrow morning at about 9:25. Show starts at 9:30, everyone. Goodbye.
Okay, Trent is going to help me.
Good night.